So my name's John O'Brien. I work for Sony Vita Entertainment Europe, ex-dev studio Liverpool, and I'm going to show you Little Big Planet PlayStation Vita. Okay, so start off the level here with the new touch interaction, where I can open up the curtains, and then pretty much Sackboy will spawn into the level, and we have our traditional jump, and we can walk left to right. We can obviously jump and grab using the R1, and then anything within this area here, if I want to use the front touch, I can actually move around and interact with it, so sort of teach myself that I can actually use this material to interact and use the front touch and the Vita functionality that it offers. So I then jump up with Sackboy and open up the main path to the level, which I do that, and then I enter into the whale's mouth. And then from doing that, I come across my first sort of blocking puzzle, and obviously I can't get through. So what I need to do is I need to think of a combination to actually play on the keyboard, and I can either tap it, or I can sort of go for LBP, whichever way I want, or I can do a nice swipe across, from which obviously opens the main path for me to progress through the level. Then using traditional controls, I can run, jump, and I can grab with Sackboy and continue the way through and make my way through the level. We then end up at this particular point where we can use the new front touch Vita functionality, and we can actually spring Sackboy right up to the top. We then get to the next checkpoint, and then obviously I can't get a point across these 2 points in the level, so I need to use the tilt functionality of the Vita to tilt across this funny looking clown, and then grab Sackboy, get hold of him, and then swing him across using the tilt functionality of the Vita. Again, I've been taught that I can actually move and interact with this material, so if I can flick that around, and then I can sort of jump up and down, grab on with Sackboy, and then just take him around to the top of the level. Again, I can jump into the basket and tilt myself back across to the other side, but on a different level at this time. We then come through and we see bounce pads, which we've seen in previous Little Big Planet games, which we can come forward, and we can still do our fully strongman pull a face with Sackboy. Come through, and then obviously I need to get up to this point and create myself a platform, in which I'll collect my score bubbles along the way. We do that. Now this is a good example of how obviously you have to think a little bit more with the touch interaction in terms of how to progress. So I need to get through here and to get to the right hand side of the level, but at the moment I can't do it. So I know I can move around and place this and put it into different locations in the level. So I'm going to jump on top of this with Sackboy, and I can see that this actually raises up, but if I try and get through, I can't make it. So I jump on top, and then I think I need to improvise. I need to find a way, so I can actually place this in the way as sort of an obstacle, which will clear the path for me to progress through. We then come through to a new addition, which is the rear touch functionality of the PlayStation Vita, incorporated into Little Big Planet. And then what we can do is, you can actually see the fingerprint on the back of the screen. This is like the icon which indicates where my finger actually is on the device. So then I can actually just swipe across to create myself a platform. I can then go from the front to push it back in, and then tap it back out if I want. And then that lets me progress right the way through. We then come to a second puzzle which uses both front touch and rear touch together in cooperation with each other. So I need to get from the bottom part to the top part of the level using Sackboy. So I can use front touch to push them in. Sackboy will progress, and I can use rear touch. And if I want, I can decide, oh, well, that's what I need. And then it's all about finding the most easiest accessible way to the top for Sackboy to reach his what will be final destination of the sardine can. And he will jump in, and then I can once again launch Sackboy to the final end of the level, from which we'll then complete this demonstration of Little Big Planet for PlayStation Vita.
When's it coming out?
It's early next year, due for launch early next year.
Thank you.
No problem.